So, quite an interesting article here from PhoneArena.com. Shout out to Victor for this article. I'm going to kind of summarize his points and kind of give my thoughts and opinions, but I will leave a link down below in the to the article if you'd like to check it out for yourself. But the article's name really says it all. Samsung almost killed foldable phones. And what he means by that is Samsung's lack of innovation, Samsung's lack of ability to change and adapt, right? You go from the Z Fold 1 to the Z Fold 2, the Z Fold 3, 4, 5, 6, and a lot of people will say the phone looks exactly the same. The phone is exactly the same. There's not much upgrade every single year. While other companies that have come out with foldable phones, you have the Google series where, yes, that's a huge upgrade, right? And we're expecting even more upgrades with the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. You have the same thing with outside of America, China phones. The OnePlus Open 1, we're expecting huge differences with the OnePlus Open 2, which obviously is just the Oppo Find N Fold 4. And because of the competition, because of these other companies, this is why the foldable phone market wasn't killed. But if Samsung was by themselves in this, the market would be gone by now. There wouldn't be a market. There wouldn't be 6 generations of Samsung if it wasn't for the fact that other companies, not just in America, but around the world, started getting into this industry and started actually creating these cell phones. The way Victor explains in this article, he explains the Z Fold 1 as pretty much a plant. And he says that, with a plant, you have to water it. You have to let it grow. You have to watch it, expand. And pretty much Samsung just tried to let it die. Didn't water it, didn't care, didn't worry about the plant. And they did that for every single generation of foldable phone, from the Z Fold 1 to the 2 to the 3, adding maybe a tad bit of water every year, and that's it. And in all intents and purposes, just trying to let it die. Obviously, other companies come in, they actually add some, really nice looking devices to the market, brings up the foldable phone market. But if Samsung was by themselves, it would be over. It really would be. And I agree with him. I do. Samsung, again, they've gotten so complacent with how they are operating in this industry, where they were the top dogs, and they were kind of just cruising and enjoying their top seat. They were enjoying their ride of being at the top of the list and the best of the best. And now, again, I can't even realistically say Samsung. The Z Fold, I still think the Z Fold 6 is a good phone, but I don't think it's better than it's definitely not better than the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The OnePlus Open 1, I guess it would be better than, but it's not going to be better than the OnePlus Open 2. Again, it's one of those weird situations where it's like Samsung, especially with Samsung, because Samsung is a company where outside of their phone division, their company is not doing well. All the other sales of every other part of Samsung outside of their phones is failing. They're losing money. They're to a point where they would be a bankrupt company if it wasn't for their phone sales. Their phone sales is what keeps them afloat. And which is crazy, because you would think then they would try to go out of their way to make more innovations happen, because they would really want to try to boost up those sales even more. But again, what I think they realized, and it's happened to a lot of companies, they realized they don't have to. If people still consistently buy their product, unless sales go beyond a certain point that they're scared and they're like, okay, we have to do something, they're not going to do something. And that's kind of just a sad reality of all this. Now, the Z Fold 6 sales are horrendous. They're awful. So this is why I've said many times, the Z Fold 7 is going to be a huge upgrade. That thing's going to be a grand slam, because when you have the sales as bad as Samsung has right now for the Z Fold 6, that means Z Fold 7 is going to be a humongous upgrade, because they're going to have to do something now. And with all these other foldable phones coming on the market, blossoming on the market, it's causing Samsung to have to actually do something with their product. You know, because you can't just sit back and let every other company, you know, take over at this point. If you're Samsung, you have to do something. And they will. But again, you know, I think they kind of thought about this and probably realized going into this Z Fold 6 drop was, okay, you know, we're going to kind of see where the market is after this year, see how well the market has expanded, and then we'll figure out how we want to adjust to it. And I think that's kind of what, you know, they're doing. It's kind of sit back, observing the market, seeing how the market has shifted, seeing what phones come out, what level do they actually have to put in time and effort to create a great product, and how much do they have to give, and then they'll do that. So again, it is what it is at the end of the day, but I will agree with Victor here. If it wasn't for the Z Fold, it wasn't for other competition in the market and other foldable phones, yeah, the foldable phone industry would probably be destroyed. But the thankful thing is, we do have other companies that have joined the fold, pun included, and actually, you know, helped out the foldable phone market and fixed a lot of problems. Because if not, again, yeah, we would be in a very bad spot, because Samsung is not the company that you really want to trust when it comes to innovation of their product here. But it is what it is. Everything worked out in the end. See you guys next one.